Okay. Welcome. Hello. Sorry, I'm burping now.
It's the carrot.
It's
the
the
carrot
carrot,
did you
okay.
dirty.
Okay, so we both attended Web Summit Vancouver, which was pretty overwhelming, but also amazing. Um, we got to attend some networking events, some group chats, some seminars, and also got to stand at the booth for our homie, our friend, and client slash colleague for an app that he's launching. But we're not going to talk about the app. We're actually going to talk about the Web Summit itself. We attended a few seminars related to our field, social media marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Who did we got to see? We got to see the CEO of Hootsuite, Irina,
Mm-hmm.
and
Jay Gerber, who's the CEO of Blue Sky as well.
I didn't get to see that. You did. But also Neil Patel about the 20 charts that are pretty pivotal, important to marketing, just talking about stats. And anyways, I kind of want to bring this up to kind of talk about that and our insights and our like experience being there and if it was worth it. And I think it was. Caprice, what do you?
I think it was too. It just the networking opportunities alone, I think, were great, and additionally, having a centralized conference where you're seeing all these industry innovators and leaders come together to kind of chat about new and up and coming trends in socials as well as AI innovation, I think was really eye-opening for me, and I actually learned a lot of new things that I wouldn't otherwise have maybe learned about outside of maybe like discovering it myself. So that was really cool.
Yeah, AI was still a theme. Like I've been to another conference the year before. AI was everywhere. AI is still everywhere. AI is not going away. And I think they were just kind of like really emphasizing how it's an assistance. It's a tool. It's not going to replace people for people that are still on that like train or wavelength or fear mongering around that. It's assisted me in my business. It's assisted like if you're not using AI, if you're still scared of it, like you are going to fall behind.
You can't be a
yeah.
ostrich putting your head in the sand.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
and I think people who can leverage it best are people who know how to insert the right prompts and use it to synthesize information and, boost efficiency, really. But relying on it solely is not the move. It's not the answer, because I think we're very easy to clock inauthenticity everywhere, even in our day-to-day interactions.
Oh my lord! When I see I can tell where for UGC specifically, the AI generated UGC creators, so like their mouth isn't moving properly, and I can tell the tone of, I don't know, you can just tell when something's not.
Oh no, for sure.
Real?
And I think particularly there was a huge emphasis in a lot of these talks on Gen Z being, the next largest consumer market, and how Gen Z can very easily see through the veil and kind of point out BS when they see that in marketing campaigns and marketing initiatives. So taking that into consideration when crafting strategies, I think will be really important for brands and organizations. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out over time. But yeah, there's a huge emphasis on authenticity is basically my takeaway. And I think even just my own musings on AI in general, I think there's going to be a lot of regulations when it comes to intellectual property.
Yes, and there was a seminar about the Bill of Rights. So their social media should have a Bill of Rights, like a new. Things are moving at such an accelerated rate that and I'll probably like pop in, I don't know, like a clip here, but a clip somewhere where basically they didn't have that in mind. They didn't foresee what could happen. Like most things, when you create something new that's never existed, you're like, oh, this would be cool to connect people. And then you don't think about the ramifications of how that can affect the younger generation that may not have the digital literacy yet, or the older population that may not have, like scammers tend to go for people that may not understand something really well. So I think also having just digital literacy in general in schools, just to protect people, the younger people that like may not understand how things are working. Like things are just, there's going to be an expectation for a lot of people, and we're in that like really awkward phase because it's not been around for that long, respectively speaking. So yeah, there was the Social Media Bill of Rights seminar that we were there for. We saw about podcasting. that will like there's a kind of a way to do it, or like being intentional with that, because everyone and their moms has a podcast now, and it's how actually to monetize and how like what has worked, how to grow. What else was there that I was like, wow, this is really super insightful? Oh yeah, Irina talking about the Gen Z, the way that they consume and the way that they buy is very different than the playbook that we've been given. That's like 30 years old. That's like that the way boomers have been. I'm not
Well,
sure if that's
yeah,
like,
if
okay
there's
to
if
say.
there's a demographic informing the consumer behavior and audience behavior of a different demographic, they're not maybe as well versed because they don't have that lived experience, and it's not as informed versus actually having those conversations with that set group of people. There's also talk with SurveyMonkey CEO, and he had just kind of articulated information about the Great Resignation and stats seen in surveys across organizations, basically advocating for more discourse with CEOs and senior execs with their employees to genuinely humanize the interactions and make sure that employees feel that they're connected to company, the company mission and the company goals, all that stuff, which I thought was really interesting and applicable, I think, for a lot of people, given the state of the economy right now and the fact that a lot of people have lost their jobs, but
Yeah.
you adapt, I guess, but also I think empathetic leadership is going to become more prevalent and more relevant in the coming years, and I think it's about time. So,
Yeah. Besides that, that's a lot. It literally was a 3 days of jam-packed
we
stuff.
learned so many things.
Not just that, there's also the people. Like, people go to in-person events. Like, if everything were super online, I think the good takeaway is you want to create like this online as a tool to be able to make real world impact, like people to actually click that button, buy. But not only that, but like people want to go to in-person events as well. So that's why the connections happen. We've met quite a few people within the field, within the marketing field, as well as potential clients, potential like people we can work with, connecting someone. I know someone who may need someone else's services, so it's like always nice to like be there, be in the thick of it, make those friendships or connections or I don't know, XYZ, right?
You never know where opportunity can come from, right? And I think that it just reaffirms this notion that engaging in conversation with new people that are in the same world as you in terms of industry, I think, is really important. And you should never really stop networking, right?
Or even different industries, like
that too, just to get gain visibility and insights.
So many startups that were there that I was like, whoa, this is a lot. Like, and they've organized it by like healthcare field, by different regions. There were different. There's so many booths. There was like an infinite amount of booths on top of like all the seminars that are happening at the same time. So, if you have connected with us and haven't followed up, please do so, because it is, for me, it's overwhelming. I take my time. I take my time because I need to remember
Well, you want to be thoughtful.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sure. But anyways, I recommend going to Web Summit. If you have the opportunity or are able to, absolutely. They do have a lot of their, I think, seminars recorded on their app. The app is super useful. Please, like, it'll help you plan your day instead of just like winging it. And there's also the outside events, so like the more relaxed, not super formal networking events. I guess like there was the bars. I don't know. We played billiards and we're just like connecting on a more informal level. That way, it's kind of like less pressure or like more relaxed, and you can kind of see people authentically for who they are. I think I would.
Val
definitely
can
go.
play a mean game of pool too. I was not a team asset.
If you were there, I can do the hard shots. The simple shots I can't do for some reason. But yes, that's our takeaway. That's our takeaway. Our insights, our reactions, and we'll probably edit this to like concise it. But yeah, that's it.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice. 10 minutes of blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah. Just get it out, and then like I think some of that would be and you can
I think
chop it up.
Yeah, I think we covered a good bit of things,